What is up? What's going on, Set Free Fishing? Here I am, sitting in the chair again, bringing you another sit down video out of the blue jar. Got pretty emotional last time, but we're gonna give it a go again and bringing you some more sobriety talk video slash what God's done for me video slash whatever comes out of this jar. It's going to be oriented towards sobriety and God's grace and all the blessings he's given me and continues to give me each and every year, day, minute, second. So we're going to pull something out of this jar, and it's going to be a topic of discussion. Let's see what we can find. I see a little bit bigger one here. Let's pull it. How to support your loved ones on the road of recovery, do's and don'ts. To me, that's such a broad area, because it depends on where they're at on the road of recovery. The biggest thing you can do is love them. That's one of the biggest things you can do, but don't love them to the extent of enabling. So the do is loving them. The don't is don't love them so much that you're beginning to enable them and enable their old ways or help them fall back into their old habits. Push them to do better, but don't push them too far. Don't push them too hard, because it's a lot. I've said it so many times. It's so much easier. It's so much easier to be an addict and to live a careless life, and it's a lonely life, and it's a depressing life, but it's so much easier. It really is. And that's not just me hyping it up, because it's not. It might be easier, but it's so much more painful and lonely and depressing. It's a lot to take in once you regain all these responsibilities you ain't had in so many years. Like for me, I didn't have it for many years. So it's a lot to take in to start to pay bills, insurance, phone bill, rent, groceries. It's a lot. So you don't want to push them too hard to the point that they just throw in the towel, because it can happen. You can push somebody too far to their work, to their wits end. Like they still feel like it's not good enough, even though they're becoming successful and walking the walk and doing everything right. If you push them a little too hard, they could give up on everything. I'm living, breathing proof of that, because I was sober before, and my relapse, of course, is my fault, but it wasn't that I was pushed too far, but I've been in that situation where I felt like I was getting pushed a little too much. But definitely push them to do better, and that they can do better, and that they are doing better also. Never forget to remind them of how proud you are of them and how far they've come, and those things mean a lot. And that's coming from someone that truly means a lot to me when someone tells me, especially one of my loved ones, that they're proud of me and that they see how far I've come. And I have gotten it a lot from my loved ones, and I get it very often from especially my parents, because they know better than anybody where I come from and how I was. So when I hear that from them, it brings joy to me to know that that I finally can hold my head high and make them proud, because I didn't for a very long time. And for me too, my wife, of course, and my daughter, which she never got to see that side of me, and I thank God every day that wasn't part of her life, and that I was changed well before she came. The wife definitely got to see some of it. To know that I make them proud today is very uplifting and encouraging. Another way you can support them is give them a helping hand when they need it. You know, we're already struggling enough to balance all this new stuff that we haven't had in such a long time. And it don't necessarily have to be financial or anything like that, but if you see them trying real hard and they need a ride somewhere, don't hesitate to say yes. Or you know, depending on where they're at in their recovery, you know, that has a lot to do with it to me, because in my earlier days, when I was faking sober, you know, they did give me a helping hand when I needed to borrow a vehicle or borrow this, borrow that, and little did they know they were enabling me. So just be cautious of if it's real or not. But most of all, I think the biggest support you can give them is just to be there, to be an ear when they need to vent, to be a shoulder when they need to cry, to be a hug when they need a hug, and pray for them. That's probably the biggest thing you can do for them, because prayer works. I don't think I would be here today if it wasn't for the prayers of my mom and my sister too. If it wasn't for the prayers of the church and everybody that had been praying for me, I don't think I would be right here today and finally making it. And maybe even go to a meeting with them. You know, they got, I believe it's called Al-Anon, where it's like a family AA meeting. Go to a meeting with them, see what it's all about. And the Al-Anon, it really involves the family, where it gives you the help you need to help them. Because we're not all alcoholics and addicts. There's some of us that can drink responsibly, and you know, our hats go off to people like that. And there's people in our family that can. So maybe, you know, I got some family that's never, you know, since I've been on my walk of sobriety, they drink and everything, and they've never even attempted to ask me. So they're mindful of my problem, and they don't even attempt to ask me, hey, you want to drink? Or if I'm at a function, if they offer me a alcoholic beverage, no. So, and you can go to as far as to not even displaying alcoholic beverages when they come over, or like if you have a family. Holidays is coming up, right? You know, we're in the midst of them. You know, Thanksgiving's right around the corner, and then Christmas, then New Year's. There's going to be a lot of drinking in a lot of families. So maybe if you know you have a loved one that's really struggling with alcoholism, maybe if you know they're coming to the Thanksgiving event, make it a non-alcoholic event. You know, make it, I had some family not long ago, we had a family reunion, and they made it they knew there was 3 of us there that was, you know, recovering and all, and they made it a non-alcoholic event, and I really, really appreciate that. So that was huge to be able to do that, and for everybody to still come and still have fun and still be together without it, you know, that was pretty cool. So there's many things you can do to help your loved one in the road to recovery or on their walk of recovery. And that's just a tip of the iceberg of things you could do. Prayer and love is the most, you know, of course. And beyond that is really up to your judgment of where they're at on their walk of sobriety. whether it be going to meetings with them or giving them a ride to a meeting, encouraging them, hey, there's a meeting here, would you like to attend it, and maybe help get them there, or there's so many things you can do. Join the walk with them for a little bit. Show them that you have enough faith in them where you're going to pull all the alcoholic beverages out of the house to help them on their walk. And just most of all, just be there when they need you. Because we're definitely going to need you. We're juggling a lot of things in the beginning. So especially in the beginning, we're juggling a lot of new stuff that we ain't used to, and we ain't been used to for a long time. So just be a helping hand for them, love them, pray for them, encourage them, and tell them how much you love them, and tell them how proud you are of them. That's just a few things. In my opinion, there's so much more you can do, but that's off the top of my head is some of the things I can think of. We're going to keep this video going with another one. What do we have? 3 song recommendations about faith or sobriety. I think it's Big Daddy Weave that sings it. It immediately comes to mind when I think about being sober, and one of the songs that just touched me to the core when I first got sober, and that is I Am Redeemed. And I believe it's Big Daddy Weave that sings it, but I Am Redeemed is such a powerful song. It talks about, being redeemed and God setting you free, and it's such a powerful song. Just Be Held by Casting Crowns. Very, very powerful song. Because sometimes you just got to let go and let God, and just be held in His grace and His mercy and His presence. Because we wouldn't be right where we're at without Him, without His grace and mercy and love. So just be held. Sometimes you just need to be held. And that song is very, very powerful. As a matter of fact, it's the ringtone on my phone. It's been that forever now. There's so many Zach Williams songs that I actually was able to attend Zach Williams concert when he was doing the drive-in movie tour, and he was going to different drive-in movies and doing a tour that way. That was a great experience. Me, my wife, her sister, and her stepmom, and her sister's daughter, we all went, and it was very, very powerful and very good. One of his songs is Under My Feet. That's one of his songs that comes to mind, Under My Feet, and he's pretty much talking to the devil, saying, you're under my feet, you no longer have control of me. And he is a recovering addict himself, so his music you can really relate to, because it comes from the heart and comes from someone that's been there and done that. So when he's telling the devil that you're under my feet, you no longer have control, it's just so powerful. Those are some songs that's helped me through, that I used to just sit in the car and listen to on the way to work or on the way to wherever, and just bawl crying, because it was just such a powerful song, and you could just feel the presence of God and know that He was with you in that moment and helping you through each and every day, each and every step. So those are 3 very, very powerful songs. If you're in the beginning stages of recovery, be prepared, because you know what they say, when you get sober, you get your one of the bad things is you get your emotions back, and it's also one of the good things at the same time. So just be prepared, because if you're anything like me, you're gonna bawl your eyes out. It's very powerful songs, and it'll touch you to the core. So this is just some of the things that has helped me in my walk of sobriety. Some of the songs that's helped me, some of the support that's helped me in my walk of sobriety, and I hope it helps someone out there that's struggling today to know that that there was someone else once in your shoes, and still, I fight every day to live the life I live, and I'm willing to fight that fight because there's so many more out there that didn't make it, that's not gonna make it till the morning, that's not gonna make it through the night. Especially these days, it's so messed up now. And I heard someone say it recently. A matter of fact, it was Theo Vaughn. It's kind of a shame that you can't even buy a bag of Coke in America right now, because most likely it's going to kill you, because everything's laced with fentanyl. It's a dangerous world out there. So right now is the best time to get away. I mean, I couldn't have done, God couldn't have had more perfect timing for me to get set free and redeemed by his grace and his mercy, and his son going to the cross and dying for my sins so I may be forgiven. It couldn't have happened at a better time, because it is a crazy world out there right now when it comes to street drugs. There's a lot of people dying, a lot of people. It's a huge epidemic in our country right now, and it needs to be addressed, and we need to get control of this. I don't even know the statistics of numbers of how many people that's dying each and every day from fentanyl overdose, but I'm sure it's pretty high. So if you're struggling today, just reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out. If you got any questions, if you got, if you just need an ear, if you just need someone to listen, reach out to me. Don't be afraid to reach out. My email's right here on the channel. You can find me on Facebook at Set Free Fishing. You can find me on Instagram at Set Free Fishing. You can find me on TikTok at Set Free Fishing. My email's on here. There's so many ways you can reach out. So if you're struggling, just reach out. You don't have to fight alone. I'm here for you. God's there for you. Just reach out, and if you're not able to, if you just can't find the courage to reach out, hit your knees, pray to him, reach out to him, because ultimately he's the one that's gonna save you, not me. I can help give you some guidance, but he's gonna save you. He's the one that can ultimately set you more free than you've ever been in your entire life. Just, if you got a loved one that's struggling right now, give them a hug. If they're just getting into the first stages of recovery, show them love, give them support, be there for them, go to a meeting with them. There's so many things you can do for a loved one that's in the beginning stages of recovery. And if someone that's been in it, doing it for a while, let them know how proud you are of them, and how far they've come, and how great they're doing. They love to hear that. I promise you, it'll even if they don't show it right then and there, it will hit their heartstrings. I promise you that. So if you're struggling today, just don't be afraid to reach out, and contact me, and I'll help you in the best of my ability. You don't have to fight alone. Just know that you never have to fight alone again. And you're loved, you're cared for, and someone went to the cross and died for you, so you may be set free, as I am set free. And remember to make the tug your drug.